Oh my Shayla. LA fires. Nelly and Snoop and Rick Ross has been canceled. TikTok CapCut banned. Trump returning. January was too much. F it. New Year's has started for me February 1st. Yes. Happy February to you. Happy Black History Month. We are here, Black people. I'm Black 365, 366 in a leap year. But look, this is your girl, Candy Hustle, and you are now tuned in to Dope Chick with Ambition podcast. Let's go. So, y'all, January kicked off on some wild-ish. I told y'all, once Trump comes, he always brings the ruckus. He brings the chaos. And y'all know, I wanted to talk about this with one of my peoples that we go back and forth in the DMs. We are on it, y'all. We are like the ruckus detectives when it comes to the BS. And I had to bring her back. Liris, can we get a round of applause for Liris? Because she has been keeping me on point with all of the BS. Y'all.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so
Hi,
much.
boo. Thank you for coming back and making time for me.
Yes,
I
we've
was
been having
like,
a Kiki fest.
oh my God, it's been so much, Liris. Like, it's been like a DM overload. I'm like, me and Liris have never gone this far, like hard with so much, like, oh my God, back and forth. It's been like a ping pong match, right? You sending
Absolutely.
stuff, I'm sending stuff. Welcome to
Hmm.
2025, baby. All right, so we're going to jump right into it because I just want to ask you first and foremost, how is your mental health? Let's do a mental health check from a scale 1 through 10. Where are you right now?
I'm going to say I'm probably at a 7 right now.
Okay, that's good. That's pretty
But
good.
in January, I'm going to say it was hitting like 5, 4.
Yeah.
'Cause it was just such an onslaught of this update, this update, that update. It's like I don't know if I ever told you this, but I stopped watching regular TV when Trump went into office back in 2016. And I was just like, because it was just such, every time I turned on the TV, it was just such an onslaught of Trump this, Trump that. And it just was making my mind, uneasy, anxious.
Right.
So I just stopped watching TV. But now it's like you can't miss him on social media.
You can't.
Because everyone gets their news now on social media. So it's like, I can't even say, oh, like I'm not watching this because he just always pops up in my algorithm.
That's true. He's pretty much taking over everything. And so my mental health check, I'm going to say I'm at an 8. I'm going to say I'm at an 8. I'm feeling good. Today
Okay.
is Sunday, February the 9th. And when you all listen to this, it will be towards the end of the month. And actually, you'll be hearing this on the 19th, right? So I don't know where I will be, but I think I will still be in a good space just because I've been, going to the gym. Just trying to make sure that my mental is good
Hmm.
due to the fact that when you go to the gym, they say that it can help with the mental. And
Yeah, you
so,
release endorphins.
and I've
Hmm.
never been a gym person. So I knew that this year I said it's going to be very personal. And I also knew that with his arrival, I don't want a lot of stuff to trigger me. And then I also want to be in a good position as far as shape wise. If anything needs to go down, I can still, bob and weave, dip, 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 bob and weave, right?
Hmm.
So, you know
Hmm.
what I mean? I'm just getting prepared. Just if in any Karen, any Kevin, pop, pop,
You
pop.
getting your
Yeah. Pepper spray, bow, boom, to the bam. Yeah, all that.
you Thinking of
Yeah.
getting a gun?
Good.
Gun license?
What? Yes. My cousin, she is a gun, what is it? I had her on the podcast. Kiki, please, if you're listening, forgive me. But she does the self-defense training and she prepares you for all
Okay.
of that. So I'm connecting with her because that's been my whole message since he's been, elected for the second term. Yo, get
Yeah.
prepared, ladies and gents, if you can. Get that gun, protect yourself, have your head on the swivel, because everybody's on their disrespectful BS. And it's just like no one is caring since he's here. Everybody's caring, right? But no one is caring. You got that bar?
Yes.
So we're going to go ahead and get into the topics. And also, really quick, the Super Bowl is going on today. What are your predictions? Let's see if we're going to be right by the time they listen to this.
I'm just going to hope that Philadelphia wins.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Eagles. I like green. I mean, I like red is my favorite color, so I was going to go with red. And then also, LaShauna's from Kansas City, so I'm going to like my people are from Kansas. I want to represent Kansas on the strength of her. But I'm like, well, I'm from New York. I need to represent, Rochester, New York, and I have people from Philly. I need to represent for Philly. Let me go with Philly. I'm going to go with the green. I'm going to go with the Eagles. So hopefully the Eagles will win. Jalen can get his ring. Saquon can get his ring. So, yeah, I'm going to go with them.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the black quarterback who's engaged to the black fiance. That's who I'm going with.
Jalen Hurts, right? I believe that's Jalen. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So Black History Month, all black everything. We're rooting for everybody black. Period.
Yes.
All right. So we will see when you guys listen to this. Were we correct with our predictions? Did we get our win? Please, God. All right.
You know Trump is going to be at the Super Bowl?
I'm not watching. We'll see if I watched.
Yeah.
Let's see if I watched.
He'll be the first sitting president to be at the Super Bowl.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that wild?
He just grinds my gears. But anyway, on January 15th, look, Drizzy kicked off the year with a lawsuit. Drizzy has been spiraling since this loss, and I don't like it at all. I feel as though that when you enter a space of battling and when you've won battles before and your opponents have handled their L's very well, they took their L's like, geez, I lost, and they go on about their business. For you to be doing all of these cartwheels, splits, somersaults, all of this stuff is really, really sad, and it's messing up your legacy. Aubrey, get it together. So Drake allegedly filed a defamation lawsuit on January the 15th, which fell on a Wednesday, in a federal court in New York City, accusing Universal Music Group of releasing and promoting Kendrick Lamar's controversial diss track, Not Like Us. According to the court documents obtained by TMZ Hip Hop, shut up, TMZ, with his hip hop tag. Drake alleges that UMG was fully aware that the song's lyrics and the imagery in the music video, which labeled him a pedo, were both false and harmful. When did hip hop have rules? There's no rules when it comes to battles, baby. That's just that's what hip hop is. You cannot get the courts involved.
Yeah, if anything, it just was like, you don't talk about the wife and the kids.
Keep my wife name out your mother.
Well, no. Yeah.
Yeah. Did Chris Rock sue or press charges on Will Smith when he got smacked?
No.
He took his slap and he's gone about his business. He literally got hands laid on him on national TV.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was still crazy. To this day, we hear that smack.
I know.
His like little jawline is still twitching, like Pookie from New Jack City, beaming up to Scotty.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's still twitching, and you only got, alleged. If you're not a pedo, and it's not really messing up anything, you should relax. Now, if it's messing up deals and people are, then I understand. But, brother,
I don't feel like it's messing up deals.
right. So that's what I'm saying. If it's not messing up deals, then you got to relax and take your L.
Yeah. He's going to have to prove how he's lost out on stuff
He's going to
regarding.
have to. Yeah, he's going to
Mhm.
have to do that.
And it
So,
needs to be substantial. It can't be like, oh, I missed this like nightclub posting because of this. Mm-mm.
yeah,
It's going to have to be substantial.
because he's on tour, and that tour looks like it's doing very well. That crowd is still thick. I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah, I don't know, Drizzy. You may need to pull that. You may need to dismiss that and pull that one back like you did the other one. Yeah. So moving on. Now, this one is in regards to the LA fires. Oh man, that was just so heartbreaking. And I talked
Oh my
about this
gosh.
in my first welcome back episodes for January, but I still just want to touch on it just because I didn't see this tweet at the time. Now,
Mm-hmm.
what is a monsoon? What is a monsoon? Do you
That's
know?
like a raging rain, like a torrential rain, you know?
Right,
Like dangerous rain. Not like not like good rain. Not like dancing in the rain.
right,
Not like singing in the rain.
right, right. Okay, my engineer, he's telling me that he's from Arizona and it's like dust in the air and it's like it can turn really bad. It can be like
Mm-hmm.
another like natural disaster, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, Queen,
Oh God.
yeah, Queen B. No, not Beyonce. Little Kim Queen B. She had sent out a tweet and she was offering her support to those who had been affected by the devastating Los Angeles fires. And we're still sending prayers up to those who were impacted by the fires. And so, pretty much, she was praying for another natural disaster to strike. So, pretty much, according to the National Geographic, a monsoon is a seasonal change in the direction of the prevailing of the strongest winds of a
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
region that can cause wet and dry seasons. So monsoons can, pretty much, you know, flood you out
Right.
and
Yeah.
damage the infrastructure and wash away crops and destroy the water, sanitation, and hygiene infrastructure. Damn, Brooklyn.
Look,
Damn.
we knew her heart. Bless. I
I,
look him, so
sometimes when
I
you're
know who
just
you
trying
love.
to, sometimes when you're trying to be so fancy with words, just use rain. Rain would have
Mm-hmm.
just been, God, please let it rain. Send rain.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Google's your friend, love.
I even had a little kiki about it. It was
Google's your
funny. I
friend.
said,
She was like, "Y'all know what we meant, but did you?" All right,
bless her
so
heart.
moving on. Wendy Williams. Oh my God, Wendy. Wendy. She went on the Breakfast
Oh.
Club. I was so excited about it. It was good to hear her. What'd you think about it?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Probably does have some type of dementia,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think it's to the point of where they're saying it is.
Mm-hmm.
She sounded very clear and present in the interview, and I loved hearing her in that way. I think it's very interesting that the judge just recently ruled that she can't speak. She's barred from speaking to the media. And I'm like,
Exactly.
why are you all trying to silence her? What is this about?
What is this about? I just don't
Yeah, why is
understand.
she locked up in this apartment and can't even get the proper things that she really wants with her own money? Like my thing is they need to let someone from her family be her guardian and not this person that that currently has guardianship.
I just don't understand, how did she get looped into guardianship and a conservatorship? How do you get looped into this? how did
Mm.
how did this even happen? Because she was sane and was in her right mind once upon a time. Was this, who signed these papers? You see what I'm saying? Like,
I
what
see
happened?
her bank had reported that because they had noticed some big, I guess, spends or money going out.
Okay.
And so I guess they checked in on her and was like, what's really going on here? And I guess they found out that she was having certain mental issues. And I believe that they went to the courts and said, she's kind of being unfairly taken care of, or she's not handling stuff right. You might want to do a conservatorship.
And
But
just that
that is even
simple.
still,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy to me.
That is so crazy how something like that can just happen, and then now she's tied up and is free 1D. Wow.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
prayers to go out to her. I mean, some people is just like, it's karma, and I'm looking like, how can y'all just say things are just karma? Karma is so crazy, because if things are so karma driven, where's Trump's karma?
Hmm. Hmm.
Like, relax with the karma talk, because I know karma isn't selective. It
Nope.
can't be. You know what I
Mm-mm.
mean? So relax. Now, Method Man got into a fight at Crunch Fitness. Wow, didn't see that coming. Crunch Fitness. I guess what happened is that it was on site. I guess it's one of those situations, like, when I see you, I'm gonna beat your ass. And Method Man looks like he's one of those people, like, his word is
Oh
his
my gosh.
bond. If I say it, I'm gonna do it. And it was, from what I was reading from the reports, it was his daughter's ex-boyfriend. And
I thought they I thought they released a statement that he any altercation, or was that them just trying to smooth it over?
um I guess it was something about a smooth over, because I didn't see anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that his rep had denied that he wasn't involved in anything.
Well, I feel like that's a smooth over. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to deny it.
Hmm.
You ain't going to admit to it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Hmm.
feel like that was a smooth over. Just so they can go ahead and address what they need to address. Like, who's going to admit to getting into an altercation?
Hmm.
Yeah, like, nah, that wasn't me. That was my cousin. You got to
Oh
remember,
my
meth
god.
from the streets originally, but nah, that wasn't me. I plead the fifth. So,
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
but yeah, meth at Crunch Fitness, getting into altercation was not on my bingo cards.
At all. At
Wow.
all.
Now on,
He too innocent to be fighting. Like,
but
nah, bro.
but
Sit that back. Mm-mm.
meth is still with the shits. I still feel like, he's, remember him and Method Man, not Method Man, excuse me, Rap Man, they will snap quick. Like, you say the wrong thing, they come at your neck. They from the old school. So they
Hmm.
still with they'll pop off quick. Now on January 17th, Donald Trump inauguration performers were revealed, and Snoop Dogg, Nelly, were among the lineup. And you know what we did?
Hmm.
Canceled with 2 L's.
Hmm. Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Because here's my thing. When it was Chrisette Michelle, they canceled Sister Girl immediately. And we don't
Yep.
need to understand to have any type of explanation or rhyme or reason of why these brothers did it, because y'all didn't do that for her. Y'all didn't give her no grace. It was, she's doing it, she's out of here. And now
Right.
that's what we're doing with them, because it was Snoop Dogg who was over there calling people jigaboos and all of this crazy stuff,
He
saying,
was the most
oh,
disappointing one to me.
right, he had a lot to say in 2017 about people
Hmm.
who were going to be performing, who's going to be the first, da 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 da. And
Hmm.
now you're being clowned by Elon. which is so embarrassing, and then
That's
told you to
crazy.
say, and then Elon had the nerves to say, wow, this didn't age well, clowning
Mm-hmm.
him, talking about the vibes is real. I was like, oh, they're all laughing at him over there in X. And then
Yeah.
he has the nerves. I'm standing 10 toes that I did what I did. I said, I dislike people like him because you were so against it then, but now you're doing.
It's just, it's really like, I hate to say it, it's like people will do anything for money.
Yeah, they will.
And the love of money is like, that's why like the love of money is a sin. Because it creates this greed that is just, it takes you out of your morals. And it doesn't say that money is bad, but the love, and I think that's like a deep love of money is not, it's not a good thing. It You could be easily bought, which is crazy.
But also here's the thing, and that's why I say you have to be very careful what you say on social media. Watch your words, because why say what you'll never do and then you end up doing it? Say nothing,
Mm-hmm.
so then that way they can't quote you or they can't pull up receipts. This you, because Twitter is quick on that. This you,
Baby.
if you don't say nothing, like Eazy-E said, don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said shit. I ain't say nothing. You can't quote me. You can't pull up no receipts. I ain't never said nothing that I wouldn't do. So then that way, if I end up doing something, I did it. So what? I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Mm-hmm. No, but that's why I'm careful about what I say on social media too.
Yeah, you have to, because those receipts will be pulled. They'll be like, Liris, you was going hard. You was da-da-da-da. You was anti this, and now you sitting with them. Girl, you fake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yo,
Yeah.
you know what? I am fake. But I like people that own up to something. Now, if he would have came out and said it, yeah, I felt that way in 2017, but right now I'm getting this check. What's good? I love people like that.
Mm.
They own up to their BS. You can't pull nobody cards that's gonna give you their card. Here, now what? You be like, oh shit. All right, cool. And then they move to the next subject. That's how social media is. But when you don't address it and you try to dance, they're going to keep taunting you. They're going to be in your comments. They're going to be in your kids' comments. They're going to be in your grandmother, your aunts. They're going to find your cousin that you don't really talk to comments and be in there. Why your cousin over there performing for Trump? He a clown. She's like, wait, how do you know we're
You know
related?
what? You know what? This is probably like the theory of what 50 Cent does. He'll
Elaborate.
say whatever, it'll hurt feelings, but he doesn't like disappear.
Mm-hmm.
He just keeps talking. He keeps talking, and yeah, that's what I said, and blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as people have said he should be canceled, he still hasn't been canceled fully. And I think it's because he continues to
Be him.
be very unapologetic.
Yeah. That's why,
Yeah.
he's unapologetic. 50 Cent isn't canceled because he's consistently him. He's been this way since his arrival. A grimy Queens nigga. He's
Oh
always
my
been.
gosh.
No, but that's always been his
Angle.
brand. No, that's his brand. He came in how to rob. I want to rob you. He came in being a hater. He ain't never say, I want to sit with y'all niggas and get money with y'all. He said, I want to rob you.
That's true. That's true.
And then
That's true.
that when he was doing that whole beat, we're going to get into this in a minute, but when he did that, the Life on the Line video, he had Ja Rule chain on.
That's crazy.
What he was talking, he was living. You know what I mean? He was really out there. So it's wild. Of course, I don't know the full stories, but the things that I did research and I heard from people that were from that borough and that knew him and that was around during that time that actually can speak to it. Like, nah, he was really on that. Like, yeah. Yeah, that really did. Yeah, that went down like this, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, oh God. like, So we're gonna get to that in a moment. Jesus.
Mhm.
Now, oh goodness. January 18th, everybody was in a panic mode because TikTok was going to be canceled. Oh my God. The content that was
Mhm.
coming out because of it being canceled possibly was hilarious. We were all just like, listen, on TikTok, you could be regular and not have to be all extra. But if you got to head back to IG, you got to look rich. Honey, you got to bring out Sunday's best. You got to bring out your best wig. Your face got to be
Oh
beat.
my
You got to
gosh.
make your makeup appointment. You got to have all your trips. You
Mhm.
had to have gone to all 7 continents. Is it 7 continents?
Mhm.
If right, is it right? Am I correct with the 7 continents? I better
I
be
think
right.
so.
Do a Google check, y'all, for me
Oh
before we
my
post this.
gosh.
Let me check. It is 7 continents, right? Hold on. I don't want to be wrong. I ain't been in social studies in years. Hold on.
Oh my
7.
gosh.
I'm checking because people be up here. Yes, guys, it is 7 continents.
Yes.
Thank you, Jesus. Because I went to summer school every year for social studies and math. All right, so
Yes.
everybody was trying to get right to make sure they was looking good for Instagram. People were nervous. Like, God, I got to go back on the gram. They're rough over there. You got to be rich. On the 18th, TikTok did the blackout. We were supposed to get canceled on the 19th. People were trying to make a payment arrangements. Like, hold on. I said, well, guys, we don't pay for the app. Why are you trying to make payment arrangements? What are you talking
Oh
about?
my gosh.
They pulled the plug early on us. It was horrible. We had to talk to people on Instagram and Facebook that we haven't talked to in years. Hey, how you
Oh my
doing, girl?
gosh.
How are your children? Like, girl, I ain't see you on my timeline in years. Because you don't be over here. You know what? You right.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, it's kind of like going back to your high school reunion
I
and seeing like the person that bullied you or something, you know?
Yes, it was off the chain. But less than 24 hours, TikTok was bike. BIKE, like Ply says. It was back. Yo, they did this fake blackout just for everybody to be all stressed and just for Donnie to claim he saved it. Y'all should have saw the messages when people were going back and forth on the app. Oh, thank you to President Trump for saving. Wow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm like, do
Ridiculous.
y'all realize he's the person who started the ban in the first place?
No, they don't. They just care about him being the savior. However, it's still on the chopping block because he said, I'm still giving y'all 75 days. So I don't know what's going to happen to TikTok because it's not even in the App Store for people who don't have it downloaded. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, CapCut, TikTok, you can't download it if you took it off your phone. You can't re-download it. So, yeah, they're in a jammy right now. So, we just got to see what's going to happen.
Well, it's good I didn't delete it.
Oh yeah, good thing you didn't delete it. I
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed TikTok. People were just trying to shade it. If your resource was learning from TikTok, I feel sorry for you. I'm looking like, well, I feel sorry for you if you can't learn from anything. Everything you can
Mm-hmm.
walk outside and learn. You can learn from Google. You can learn from YouTube. You can learn from a child. You can learn from a homeless person. My thing is, I'm a student of life.
Mm-hmm.
Period. So why wouldn't you utilize TikTok as a source to learn from? That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. People are just trying to that's that. I don't understand how people be trying to act so above certain things. Like, I'm above it. I read books. Oh, okay, so you only read books to get knowledge?
True.
I don't
Very
understand.
true.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's weird. Yeah,
Very true.
they said go
I
touch
think. I
touch
think.
grass. You could
Yeah.
touch
I think
grass
you
and
should.
TikTok. What? It's weird.
Yeah, I think you should be able to learn from any space,
Hmm.
and I think that goes from any space, any race, any age. It's stuff that I learned from people younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
It's stuff I learned from people older than me. You just need to stay a sponge. That's what I feel actually keeps you youthful
Nice.
and,
Yeah.
and current and present. You have to just stay open and learn from everything and every place.
I love that. Stay a sponge. That is definitely true.
Hmm.
And then they were also kicking off the Hillman TikTok, and that was dope. You know, people were that were from certain industries were teaching the Black community, and people were trying to gatekeep that. Don't tell them. I said, well, if they're not gonna tell if the platforms aren't going to spread the word about Hillman TikTok, how will everybody else know about it? You have to
Hmm.
spread the word so it can get out to other Black people. Yeah,
Hmm.
weird. So
Real though.
yeah, you got to spread the word. Um, Now we go up to Martin Luther King Day. Martin Luther King Day is always like low key. It's like a split. Like it's disrespected, and I hate that it's disrespected by us. When we
Hmm.
disrespect us, it allows other races to disrespect us. You know what I mean?
I
So
agree.
it's really sad
Hmm.
when we joke about certain things. And I'm not gonna front like I've never joked about our civil rights activists or anything like that. I have, yes, I have, but you know, with age comes wisdom. I don't
Hmm.
anymore because of the fact that I know that if I'm doing it, that means I'm green lighting it for other people to do it. So, Sexy Red, she had posted a AI generated photo of herself and Dr. Martin Luther King, and it was like insinuating that they were in a club, and he was like grabbing her boobs. I don't know if you saw it, and it was like very
Yeah, I saw
sexual
it.
driven. And so his daughter, Bernice King, she is not letting anyone play with her daddy's name, and I respect it, or his image. And
I
she
agree.
pretty much checked little Nene. Her name is Janae. Her real name is Janae. Sexy Red, real name is Janae. So, and I loved how, well, this is what Bernice said. She said, "This is intentionally distasteful, dishonoring, deplorable, and disrespectful to my family and my father, who is not here because he was assassinated for working for your civil and human rights." I was like, I know that's right. And
Baby, that was a
it was very
read.
clear. Clear.
Hmm.
It wasn't overly emotional. It was just clear to the point, and it was directed to her, no one else.
Hmm.
And I love how Sexy Red took accountability and removed it and was like, I understand it was disrespectful and apologized. She ain't
Yeah.
disrespect Miss Bernice King. She was just like, yeah, I was right. And it was done. Nothing, no extra, no back and forth. Because these kids usually pop off at these adults. And
So, and want to do a back and forth. We're not about to do no back and forth.
right, part twos and all of that shows. And then their
Yeah.
fan base will want to disrespect. I'm so glad it didn't go down like that. So shout out to Sexy Red for being mature, and shout out to
Yeah.
Bernice King for making sure that your father, Dr. King, is being held to be respected, and you know, holding it down for your pops.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think Bernice was given, I said what I said, very Nene Leaks energy.
Yes, very
Hmm.
Leanie Leaks energy.
Hmm.
Now,
I said what I said.
yeah, she don't play.
Hmm.
Now, Chris Brown, he has filed a $500 million lawsuit suing the producers behind the investigation discovery. The Chris Brown, it's like a documentary where it's calling him like, you know, an abuser and everything. And
Hmm.
I said, you know what? I feel you, Chris. Because I just don't understand how people can just take your story or, you know, feel as though they can just write about you and then make millions off of your troubles.
Hmm.
And it may not even be true. And then you're getting all these people talking about what they don't know, what they may think. And now it's just like, huh? That's my past. I'm trying to get past it. And you want to make money off of it? Who? What? Chris is not playing. So 500 million, give me my money.
So I think I think he's very talented, and it's sad that he's not fully able to move forward. Because as far as I know, and I can't testify to say I know everything that he's been up to, but he's been on a better up and up.
Right. I mean,
So it's like,
right.
let him live. Let him like be happy. Let him redeem himself.
Right. I mean, because
We all make mistakes.
right. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
The last, known domestic violence was with Karrueche, and they've not been together for mad long. Other
Mm-hmm.
than that, I haven't heard anything else with him, being the domestic violence situation. And I feel as though, like, people need to let people, like you said, grow and move on. These women have moved on. If they've moved on, especially Rihanna forgave him and moved on because they got a song together. They actually had attempted to, rekindle their relationship. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And he wished her well when she had the baby. They've moved on. They were kids. And then it came out that she was the one that was the aggressor. You know what I mean? All of that stuff came out. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, yo, let that guy go. But I was happy to see that, you know, he did, get his Grammy and everything. And he's just trying to make his music. And I'm just like, if anything were to happen, if he decided to say, yo, I don't want to be here any longer, I'm not getting treated right, everybody will try to come together like, oh, we're sorry. No, because while he was around, y'all treated him horrible just based
Mm-hmm.
upon his actions as a younger man, So it's like,
True.
that's crazy.
True.
Now, Riri, hopefully you will not be screaming, free my baby daddy. I pray you won't.
I pray she won't either.
Because your baby daddy declined that plea deal. And now he is facing 24 years in prison if convicted. And your baby daddy was just in court telling somebody not to say something, not to
Oh,
explain what
God.
something means during court proceedings. Rocky, I know the spirit did not move you where you was like, don't say. Excuse me.
Mm-mm.
I've never
Mm-mm.
seen anybody in court say something while the proceed. They're just waiting. That man told the witness, don't say. And I'm like, well, what
That's
does that
crazy.
mean? And most people were just like trying to decipher it in the comments. Like, it was like ASWG or a white girl. It was saying something like that was insinuating something about sleeping with a white girl or something. And
Okay.
he was like, don't say. And I'm like, it was something that he did not want revealed, baby, because that boy was like, don't say. And I'm
Is there a
like,
video of this?
yes.
Oh, wow. I got to check it out.
I thought I sent it to your inbox.
Mm-mm.
Hold on, let me try to pull it up. Hold on, let me if the internet comes up in here. Hold on. Yeah, that brother was like, don't say. We have so much stuff in here. Ooh, please don't let this play. It's probably gonna play. I'm gonna have to send it to you later. But yeah,
Okay.
he's in that courtroom trying to fight for his life, and he was like, don't say. And I was looking like, I wonder what the brother don't want them to say, what that acronym stood for. But hopefully she will not be saying free my baby daddy. And I
Mm-hmm.
wish him well. I hope he doesn't have to do no time. I'm just tired of our black men, our successful black men. One comes out, Lucci's home, YFL Lucci is out. And now ASAP, look at these letters. ASAP Rocky may be going in. Like, I'm not wishing that he goes in, but I'm just saying he's now fighting the
Mm-hmm.
case. It's just a lot. YFL Lucci, a rapper here from Atlanta, he's just home. He's home now. So it's just like, oh, God.
But I wonder if he turned it down because, having the mark of a felon, and then maybe it could affect his travel, not being let into certain countries. And he's an artist who has to make his money and travel.
No,
So,
he may have turned it down because he probably feels like this isn't a strong case, because a lot of people were saying that. But
mm-hmm.
I'm just like, when they be turning stuff down and you got to take it to trial, and if you're facing some high numbers, I just really hope that he wins. That's the
Mm-hmm.
only thing.
Agreed. Agreed.
That's the only thing. If they saying, hey, sit down for a year or two, I don't know what his plea was. I just don't know. And if it was way less than the years, then I'm looking like it was like 2 years. I don't know what it was. So we just got to wait and see
I think it was
everything.
like 100 something days he would have got. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I'm like. You really need to win this case
I
because
pray, because
I just don't need.
24 years, that's a lot of years. And
Yeah,
for you to be
and he has
your
2
kids.
young boys.
Yeah. And he loves his kids. He's an active father. They need their dad. I'm just tired of
Mhm.
our boys, our kids, periods, being away from their dads. Like, I don't like
Mhm.
that. The system really breaks up the homes. I mean, yes, they need to make better decisions as, men, period.
Mhm.
But come on, bro. Man.
I know.
Now, this story here just really grinded my gears a little bit here. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna say it, and then you can tell me if you're familiar with her. She's
Okay.
an aspiring rapper from Detroit. She had went on to Deb's house, Waka Flocka's mother. What is a
Mhm.
Waka Flocka? Waka Flocka's mother, and so she's like a super BBW, and that's like
Mhm.
where she, weighs like the 500 pounds. And so she ordered the Lyft, and I don't know if Lyft has the different
They
descriptions
do.
like
They do.
Uber. Okay, so he had like a baby Benz. And when he pulled up, he saw her and he was just like, hey, no, I won't be able to, service you. And she was
Mhm.
just like, why? So she pulls out her phone and she starts to record him. Now she puts us in her
Mhm.
business. And I feel like she did this
Mhm.
purposely. So pretty much he denied her because of her size. And I would have denied her too because these are their personal cars. She was going to have to get in and stuff herself into that back of the vehicle. Like stuff it in. And I'm not shading
Mhm.
her. I'm being real. I wouldn't even want to have
Mhm.
put myself in no small car where I got to be uncomfortable. As a plus size woman myself, I would have, sized up. And so I don't know if her money was tight, but she was gonna be tight in the back of that car. So, yo, relax. I could just imagine just all like, bro, it was gonna be back to stomach on the back of that seat. She was like, "Oh, my best friend got a newer Benz, baby. I don't care if he got. I don't care what year the Benz is. You not getting in the back of this. You not doing that. What part
Yeah.
don't you understand? And I don't like when people have certain situations going on and they make it a you problem. Baby, this is your problem. So at the end of the day, this is my vehicle. And he was very respectful. He was just
Mhm.
like, because if it was, I was like, girl, if you was in New York and you had an Uber, baby, you would have got cursed out. They wouldn't even probably went back and forth with you. They would have canceled and drove off. You had a lot of questions. You were trying to line him up. And I don't feel like they should give him any static. She don't got a case, but they got some ambulance chaser lawyers.
Chases.
Yep.
Mhm.
And they picked up her thing and she just was like, oh, because first of all, she popping it off. She's confident. She's a confident
Mhm.
super BBW. And that's cool. But at the end of the day, you if you
Also
were
need to be self-aware.
yeah, you have to be self-aware and you have to understand that if you went on a plane and they told you to purchase another seat, guess what you would have to do? Purchase another seat
Mhm.
because you cannot fit in one seat. You would have to
Yes.
take up two seats. And that's just that's the protocol, that's the policy. Would you would have pulled out your phone if they would have told you to buy another seat, sis?
Yeah. I mean, someone of her size would have has to buy 2 seats. Um, I sent it to a couple of friends who are on the because I consider myself on the smaller scale of plus, and I sent it to some friends who are a bit more fuller than me, and I asked them their thoughts, and they said I'm not even as big as her, and I always order me a XL.
Hello. Yes, I'm not even no. at
Mhm.
all. I would have just been like,
Mhm.
let me get a big. I would, because you never know what you're gonna get with the baby one. For her, she would. They could have sent like that little like the beetle. Now, if they would have
Mhm.
sent the beetle joints, is what you would have done. You would have no.
Mhm.
Just size up, just to save yourself for safety purposes. Just size up so you won't go back and forth. These are people's personal cars, Dink. Dank. I think your name is Dank, DANK.
Yes.
These are people's
Mhm.
personal cars. Respect people's spaces. These
Right.
are
And
their personal cars.
Uber and Uber or Lyft is not going to pay for them to get their car fixed.
Not at all. And she was like, what? He was like, my tire. He was just trying to say all the respectful things. And she just was like, no. She was like, I want to get it. Like, now
Yeah.
moving on to someone who was disrespected for their size, and they were really small, but they were disrespected for their size on national TV. And this person probably
Uh-oh.
wouldn't have been nice to. Now, if this person would have pulled up as Dank's Lyft driver, she probably would have cried. Danity
Who's
Kane's,
this?
I'm about to get into it. Danity Kane's D Woods, she has sat down with ABC's
Mhm.
Eva Pilgrim to speak about what she calls her troubling interactions with Sean Diddy Combs. Now,
Mhm.
remember when Diddy had told her she was one burger away?
Mhm.
Girl, imagine if Diddy rolled up in that lift. Nah, baby girl.
Mhm.
Baby girl. Baby girl. Nah.
But see, I wonder if some of the stuff that he said, like that to D Woods, because Little Kim was under his umbrella as well, and we
Right.
see how much she's like changed herself over the years.
Well,
Um,
go ahead.
I just think like, Lord, okay,
Just say it.
there are certain things that went on back in the day, which may be wrong today, but it was just kind of the lay of the land and how things operated back then.
Right. Yeah.
Like even like Kelly Price or Phyllis Hyman, they were told to lose weight and they're amazing singers.
Mm-hmm.
And I thankfully, I'm glad they still were able to have amazing careers in spite of their size. But I think with some stuff, we have to realize this was just like the status quo to a certain degree at certain times. Not saying that it's not wrong, but some stuff was just the status quo.
Exactly. I feel like a lot of stuff that they're saying, like, especially like Aubrey,
Mm-hmm.
she's the leader of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's one thing not to be paid. We need to be paid. That's separate.
Mm-hmm.
But for them to pick at and be nitpicky about how he interacted with them, I feel like, and some of you all may listen and be like, "Oh, Candi, you're harsh, you're mean," and that's fine. But they're describing a mean boss.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Liris is saying, that was status quo. Joe Jackson, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pebbles from TLC, you know what I mean? These people shaped these artists, these great people, but they had bad characters from what these people would say just because they were very tough on them. The
Mm-hmm.
Damon Dashes, oh, he's an asshole. This person, that person, because they didn't coddle them. You know what I mean? They didn't
Mm-hmm.
say the things that you would want to hear. They said the things that you need to hear. They ain't sugarcoat nothing. Diddy made superstars, and the way he went about making superstars, it was very rough and intense. But everybody wanted to be a part of that boot camp. You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? So
And
it's
and
like,
image played a big part too.
yeah, it played a big part, you know? And so for him saying you're a cheeseburger away, you got to get it together. That's just like me saying, okay, you got to, girl, get it, you got to get snatched. You a
Mm-hmm.
cheeseburger away. We're saying the same, is not about what you say, it's how you say it. Your word choice
Mm-hmm.
plays, it plays a very important role. So that's why now in certain jobs, you know, they have things in place. You can't say this. You got to say this. You know, I can go to HR and you for this, da da da. And
I don't know. Trump seems to be rolling everything back. You might not be able to go to it now.
right,
Shoot.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
now with Trump, you can say whatever now in this space. You can say it. So there may not be the protection, but it's just like back in those days, you can say whatever. Comedians used to can say whatever. We didn't grow up where people were as sensitive. Now you got to walk on eggshells because you don't know who you're gonna offend. When you say things about being fat and dark skin, we survived all of that stuff outside. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
it was rough as you think about it. Once you think about it as like adults, but when we were young, we survived your mama on crack rock jokes, and your mom probably wasn't even on crack rock. Um, we
For real.
survived
For
being dark
real.
skinned. Right, you
Mm-hmm.
step on a crack, you step on a crack, you break your mama's back. You saying all of this stuff, yo mama jokes, all of that stuff, and it just shaped you to be very strong. It built character, and
It,
now it seems like these kids suffer from all of these things, and it's just like you're just so fragile, baby. You're
mm-hmm.
fragile. You say the one, you look at them wrong, they cry. Now all of a sudden they got to sit on the sofa. They have anxiety. Like, what you got anxiety for? Because you
Yeah.
looked at me like, oh, and I'm not being insensitive, guys. I'm just saying we have a different batch that we have to interact with differently. And because their sensitivity levels are heightened, we have to
Mm-hmm.
come at them a different way. And these people are now treating Diddy like he is just um what he did at that time was just horrible. And I'm just like, I just think they're just putting it on heavy for certain
Well,
things.
in a way, let's be clear. It was horrible to say that to her. Um.
But remember, it was TV. Remember, he said it
Yeah.
on TV. He wasn't just doing it, he was doing it for ratings. So I don't think
Mm-hmm.
that he was just doing it to be harsh. He was doing it to bring people back. Just like for Trump's show, you're fired.
Mm-hmm.
This was all reality TV. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
wants to come back to reality TV when you're being nice. He said it for people to tune back in. He sent them to Brooklyn for the cheesecake from Manhattan, walking over a
That's still
bridge.
iconic to this day.
Yeah, that's legendary. It's still talked about to this day because it was for ratings to bring people back. That's how I look at it. So, yes, him saying you're a cheeseburger away, which is legendary. We're still talking about it. Looking at D Woods, we knew she wasn't I'm looking at her, knew she wasn't a cheeseburger away,
Mm-hmm.
but he said it, and it did make her feel some type of way. I'm not taking anything from that.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Yeah.
feel
I mean,
like everybody's sitting down and saying, everybody's kicking him while he's down and getting their lick in. That's all I'm just saying. They're just taking an opportunity. I just feel like at this time. That's just what I'm saying.
yeah. I just think about me coming up in the game as a plus size model, and if I showed people pictures of how I looked when I first started my career, and even they'll say stuff now, like you saw, I was going back and forth in the comments with some chick. Um,
Oh, saying that you weren't plus size, so you can't speak on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the funny part is, if I present myself to a different group of people, they would tell me, "Oh no, you're fat.
Mm,
You a big girl."
yeah,
You know. So
that's
it's
true.
just I understand the feeling of how D Woods felt. That's why I said it was wrong. But it's kind of like the stuff we see on America's Next Top Model. If you play back the episodes, people get so mad at Tyra now, but I'm like, Tyra was just dishing it how they were in the industry at that time.
No, that's true.
Like, this is how it was during that time. So, like, I really don't understand what y'all want her to
Apologize.
apologize for.
Right. All right. So we also January. It was just so much in January. Um. Oh wow, man. The DEI set everybody off. Target had ended their DEI goals since Trump had, entered into the White House, and everybody was just trying to see what Tabitha Brown had to say. And I loved how, she didn't speak on it immediately. She had released her, no sound video and eating grapes. That was so hilarious. And then she had touched on it and just was saying, like, y'all still need to support Black businesses, and y'all should still support, the Black businesses within Target, because of the fact that businesses just can't move shop like that, because for one, there's contracts in place, right? For two, we can't move off of emotion, right? For three, if they pull, where are they gonna go? Some of these Black businesses don't have anywhere to go immediately. So when everybody just starts rallying and just starts yelling, boycott, hold on, wait, think, you know what I mean? What's the plan? How are we going to execute it? And then my thing is, why Target? Why are we just focusing on Target? Because it's so many other companies that are going with the same agenda. Walmart, Toyota, Ford, Tesla. I know you all have cars that you drive by these companies. You guys are saying boycott Target on a platform that's also supporting the same agenda.
Meta.
How can you all say boycott? Why Target? You see what I'm saying? Why are you guys targeting Target? Why is it just boycott Target? I'm not boycotting Target, because I don't want to do the whole back and forth, because as soon as they implement another, oh, okay, guys, let's go ahead and work. Okay, now we'll go. No, I'm not doing the back and forth. No.
I think what it is Target as well as Walmart are those two places that are in a lot of our neighborhoods. We go to them every week at least, to access basic essentials that we need. And I think that it just feels so close to home, which is why people are like, let's boycott this, let's boycott that. My family on my dad's side, we're actually doing a boycott as a family to not spend money on Amazon, Target, Walmart. So I'm rocking with it right now, which I'm fine with. But I do think about, the fact that I'm not currently boycotting Meta. I'm still on Facebook. I'm still on Instagram.
Right. But I didn't see them asking to boycott Walmart as heavy as they're saying boycott Target. That's what I'm just saying. I saw Tamika Mallory do this whole live saying, got like a graphic made and just really zoomed in on boycotting Target. And I'm like, why are you guys just focusing on Target? That's crazy. I didn't see any blue saying, hey, let's boycott Walmart also. And Walmart is a dusty company to me personally. So I'm looking like, why the heck are y'all not? You know what I mean? When I say dusty, they don't have great quality items.
What's crazy is Walmart is actually in more of the urban communities rather than Target is. So it's like, we absolutely, if you're going to boycott, you definitely need to boycott Walmart as well. I think whatever it is, we just need to hit, because they only see money. There's a certain amount of it about race, but it's really right now, it's about money. You take away their money, then they have to change the game. They have to acquiesce to us. And that's the issue. But I'm just like, how can we all get on the same page?
Not in this lifetime. That's what I'm trying to explain to everyone. In this lifetime, with these new civil rights activists that we have, we won't be, because there's always going to be back and forth. It's all over. It's like planning a trip. Everybody, you have a group at the beginning, and at the end, it's nobody. So, nah, I'm good. And lastly, the DEI, I think people are getting it confused with affirmative action, which are two different things. So it's like we don't have a clear understanding of DEI. Do Black people really benefit from DEI? It's like, damn, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So I'm just over the whole topic, and I'm really over discussing politics. So it's just like, I did my part, and me doing my part, I still end up getting this guy. The Mexicans and the Latinos, y'all didn't do y'all part, and then now y'all want people to help y'all, and y'all was the one that made sure this person got in, and y'all now want us to help, and I'm looking like, no
We
hablan
told you.
inglés. Sorry. I mean, no hablan español. Señor, gracias. Now.
Yeah, we tried to tell them.
Tried to warn y'all.
For some reason, and it kind of, I feel like it goes back to how some of them see themselves as white.
Right.
And so they think, oh, he wouldn't come after us. And it's like, it's kind of like how 50 Cent said joke the other day. You thought you was special?
You thought you was special? Yo, they're just alike. One in the same. Mm-hmm. Now, some sad news. An American airline plane had 60 passengers and 4 crew members on board, and they had collided with an Army Black helicopter carrying 3 soldiers. This happened in January. January was so heavy. We were just trying to get out of there. And then, so RIP to them. It was just like, huh? What? And then the president was so rude with his comments. I'm like, sometimes if you don't have anything to say, just don't say anything. But he does not understand that. The reporters were asking him if he was going to go visit the site. We know you can't get in the water, dummy.
Right.
All you had to do was just go to the airport. This man said, visit the site. The site.
It was about him going to show support for the first responders.
Right.
And to have a certain level of compassion.
Here he go. What? You want me to go swimming? I'm like, yo, you gotta know. That's why you shouldn't be in this position, because you lack empathy and you lack tact. You know what I mean? And as a president, you have to be for the people in some type of way. You lead with those qualities. You don't have it. You're a businessman, a dirty businessman. You're not a president. You're a businessman. And that's what will make you different. Period. That was crazy.
It was. It really, really was.
Oh my God, this is horrible. Let
me mention this as well. My sister works for American Airlines. She's a flight attendant.
Oh.
And she flies out of that terminal.
Oh, I know you were on pins and needles, child.
I called her immediately on FaceTime, and it was just, she was sobbing, crying, because it makes you think about, that could have been me.
What? Exactly. Yeah. I don't do anything American Airlines or United ever since 9/11. I just don't do those airlines, just because those were the 2 airlines that were targeted, and I vowed to never fly those, and I've never flown those ever, because no thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, so that whole thing, it hit really different for me.
Yeah, because it was close to home. Right.
Yeah.
Well, tell her if she has EAP through the company to really tap into her EAP benefits and just try to get some type of assistance so she can talk, because these are trauma type of situations. They have to get that therapy to just talk it out and not just work through it. They have to talk. I'm very big on those EAP benefits.
Mhm.
Now, Matt Barnes, he's a cheater. Now, the only thing is, sis, are you going to leave? I don't like when girls be doing all of this, putting us all in your business, and then y'all don't go. Don't go make another baby, sis.
Right.
Don't do
Right.
that. You 8, and then you was tagging all 8 girls. Let that man cheat in peace if you're going to keep him.
Right.
If you're not going to keep him,
That's
you're going to be out, blast them and blast off and go get that paper. But if you're going to stay, now you're a man clown. Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy. 8, and then Masika was at the top. And then Masika tried to say that she wasn't. And then that girl pulled out receipts and then
I
circled
thought
the name.
Masika was married.
People be
What
doing
happened to that? I thought she was married.
everybody. Girl, the married people be more single than us.
Child.
Mad 8?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I've crossed paths with Anansa over the years in the modeling plus modeling world, and she's always really nice. Her mom is lovely and an icon. I'll say that too. But I agree with you. Do not get pregnant again, and don't bring it to the internet unless you leave, sis. Leave us
Yeah.
out of it. That's the case.
That's what I'm looking like. Let them cheat in peace if you going to stay. Because I just be looking like, why we got to know if you not going to stay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've had some issues over the years,
Each
So
time he cheats, she tells us. And then she stays. And she just had a baby recently. So I'm not judging. Well, no, I am judging because you're telling me. I can't judge you if I don't know. Yeah. Keep it off the net, babe. Now, and also, guys, cheating is definitely a rich man's sport since it involves time and money.
that part.
Now, January also closed with another plane crashing. Oh my God, in Philadelphia, Jesus. It was just so crazy. It crashed in a residential neighborhood on the 31st. So it was just I'm not doing planes. So I think that everybody should do road trips. So if you are open to getting on the road with friends and family, definitely do that. And be safe, my friends. Be safe.
There's more of a chance if you get in a car accident than there is a plane accident.
Tell that to
Statistics say it. So
no. Tell that to who was the man John was it John Madden? Madden and what's
yeah.
the guy? What's the other guy? DJ Khaled. They had a fear of flying, so they would just pretty much get on their tour buses, or they were fine. They didn't fly all those years, so I'm gonna take their route. Now February, the Grammys. Ooh, go Beyonce got album of the year with Cowboy Carter. Are you going to the tour?
I'm going to see what the tickets is giving.
Okay, yeah, me too. But wait closer to the date too.
That's true, because a lot, or like that same day buy your ticket, because people are trying to resell it at the last minute, and you might be able to get a lower price ticket.
Facts.
But you got to be like dressed in your car, parked not far from the city.
Facts. Now, Janelle Monáe rapped F. Nelly at the Grammys at the after party. Yo, I love Janelle Monáe. She's going to speak that mind. The men won't say it, but the women will. So shout out to us.
It always takes a woman.
It always takes a woman. Now, Doechii, she won her first Grammy. And it's crazy because I'm like, I never heard her album. And I didn't know her album was really buzzing like that to even be considered. But, the music industry, rap industry is very spooky these days. So shout out to Doechii. Now,
she's dope.
No, she is dope, but I'm looking like I never knew an album can win a Grammy and don't have any buzz like that. Like, I just didn't know. That's all I'm saying. I heard. That's it. That's all. No shade. Now, a black woman is causing ruckus, was causing ruckus in Pakistan during Black History Month.
Oh my gosh.
Her name was Onijah Andrew Robinson. She was 33-year-old from New York that traveled to Karachi in October to meet a 19-year-old, and she was running that city in Pakistan like she was Osama bin Laden. Baby,
Oh my gosh.
the eyebrows were thin. She was running a tight ship. She was not playing with these people. I was rolling. Like, when I tell you it was hilarious, I was cracking
It
up.
was. It was.
Cleared away.
Like,
Cleared away.
yeah. But the irony was she's telling people to go home when she won't even go home.
Well, remember, she couldn't get home. They had to raise money for her to get home.
No. The embassy, the U.S. embassy had got her a ticket, and she said no, that she wasn't going to go.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, you can't make her leave at this point.
Got you. Okay, my bad. So I stand correct. I thought she excuse me. I thought she didn't have any money to go because she was over there on the visa, y'all. So she catfished the boy. She was catfishing him with Nicki Minaj pictures. But I said, why would you think Nicki Minaj would be coming to see you? So he was slow, but he was only 19. But anyway, so she has mental health issues, allegedly, and she was actually over there in a mental health institute. So the people that you guys see around her, those were either doctors or people just trying to help her, because the city that she was in, they're very helpful. They're very nice. So she went to a nice location. She didn't go over to one that would have bombs over Baghdad her ass.
Oh my gosh.
She went to one that was like, oh, we understand, sis, we'll help you, because they were very low income city. You know, they thought that she could possibly help her too, because she came over there talking like Queen Jaffe Joffer, like, I got it.
Yep.
And it was so funny when she was negotiating. She was like, I need $200,000. I need $100,000. Like, she would lower her prices. I'm looking like, yo. And then when she was talking about their food, I know Pakistani food, rolling her eyes, and she called it Pakistani. I said, when did it go from Pakistan to Pakistani?
Oh my gosh. But every time she said USD, that would just send me. I was like, oh my gosh.
USD.
I need 20,000 USD every week.
Every week. Listen, I said they were treating her so good over there. I said, when she come back to the States, she's gonna just have like a nervous breakdown even more, because they're gonna be looking like, girl, you ain't nobody. Now, oh my goodness, this sort of gave me, please don't go. I'm sorry, Father. Little Meech sending that text. Look, Little Meech. Listen, Little Meech, 50 Cent didn't even rock with his blood son like this, and you thought that you were safe? 50 Cent posted a text message from Little Meech after he unfollowed him. 50 Cent unfollowed Little Meech because he saw that Big Meech and all of them were lining up and aligning themselves with his enemy, Rick Ross. 50 Cent does not play with you being on the fence. He will push you to the other side. He is very vocal. He does not play about loyalty. And I respect it. I understand it. I am like that too. I'm very big when it comes to loyalty. If I see anything that looks like iffy, you're out of here. So at the end of the day, son, go over there. And Liris has already said what his junior, well, it's not his junior, but his son said, Marquise. He said,
50 Cent son, to clarify.
Yeah, 50 Cent said, you thought you was special. Yeah, nobody is exempt from a cutoff. Yeah, so he doesn't play. Now, people were pissed off with 50 because Irv Gotti, the founder of Murder Inc., had passed away on the 5th of February. So R.I.P. to Irv Gotti, who was very legendary in the rap and music industry. He is responsible for producing one of Jay-Z's very classic tracks, which is Reasonable Doubt. What was on the Reasonable Doubt album. And everybody was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know. Yeah, he is responsible for Can I Live, excuse me. So everybody was just like sort of shocked that he died, but we knew his health was already, declining due to the fact that he didn't manage his diabetes, and he was already vocal about not really managing his diabetes like that. So
Yeah. And that's what makes this even sadder, because it's like, bruh, you're wealthy, and like he was worth a lot of money. Okay.
right,
So you had the resources
you do,
to be able to get a chef, meal prep all your meals, get a dietitian, get a trainer, all of that. You had the resources to make that happen for you.
you
There's
do.
everyday people out here who don't, and they have to work it out on their own.
Yeah, I was really like sad that he didn't take it serious. And when you don't
Hmm.
take diabetes serious, this is what can occur. So he did die due to the stroke. And he was 54 years old, so he could have lived a longer life. But yeah,
Yeah.
he chose not to manage his diabetes. So RAP to Irv, and people were mad that 50 Cent posted what he said. But you guys honestly have to understand the history. They had really deep bad blood.
Hmm.
And Irv Gotti, if you guys read the reports, do your research. I'm not speaking anything that I did not research or actually was saw. You know what I mean? This happened starting in 1999. So this is a
Hmm.
real rap beef, and that spilled over into the streets. And these guys tried to unalive him. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it was real. And I'm with 50. If you try to take
Hmm.
me out, and if you go before me, I may order me a crab dinner. It may be
Oh
a
my god.
celebration. Yeah.
Oh god.
But I mean, I'm not in the street like that, but I understand him celebrating. You see what I'm saying? So I don't
Hmm.
understand why people are like, you're so mean. No, he's consistent in who he is. Yeah. So I won't go
He is
deeper in that,
consistent.
but
He is consistent.
I wouldn't
That's one
expect
thing you
him,
cannot take away.
right? I wouldn't expect anything different. And that's just what it is. Now, Kanye West
Oh gosh.
has been on a rampage on X, which is now the hate space, because Elon is open to freedom of speech and also allowing you just to be on your hatred. You know what I mean? Just
Hmm.
spewing. I can't even speak. Say the word.
Spewing.
Spewing. There we go. Each one
Hmm.
teach one. Spewing hate. So
Hmm.
he's just been out of control, and he offended people from the LGBT community, people that are overweight. And he's just like, he's going at it. He just doesn't care. He's also offending people though that are from the Jewish community. And he did this random collab with Diddy, where he's releasing the Sean John collection. And this is after he called Diddy a Fed. He had like a public showdown with him. So it's
Hmm.
just all of this odd behavior. For one, I don't really think that he has bipolar. I really feel like he does this and he uses mental health as a way just to behave like this. You see what I'm saying? Because he's too spot on. You feel me?
No,
He's
I,
his.
I I disagree. I really do think he is bipolar.
I just I personally don't, because I just see. I know I have friends that have bipolar and schizophrenia, and when I
Hmm.
tell you that
Likewise.
they don't act like this. When they're going through
Hmm.
their manic episode, their behaviors aren't like this. He's too spot on. He goes right to the same outlet. He does these same he releases, you know, music. He gets the attention, he makes his money, and then he'll go, that's the same. When I witness manic episodes of particular friends, ooh, baby,
Hmm.
it's no breaks. They are going. It's ragey. It's 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 not. They're not talking about anything relevant. Things are normally from the past, right? And they're talking about things that either have occurred to them in a traumatic situation. This guy talks about things of like current things from a hateful, a situation, like being mean,
Hmm.
like So it's like a behavioral type of thing. Entitled. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. I just don't feel like it's like bipolar. I just don't see it. No.
I think he's bipolar. I definitely think he is.
Mm-mm.
But I saw this Instagram reel with what's his name, Kev the comedian.
Kev the comedian. Kevin on
Kev
stage.
on
Kev on
Yes,
stage.
Kev on
Okay.
stage. Thank you. And he was like, we're just at a point with Kanye where we're like, all right, just go ahead, whatever, like whatever. And I said, it's true. A lot of people, especially I'm gonna say black people, are just like, okay, whatever, Kanye, because it's like he goes from one side of the pendulum to the other side of it.
But he's been doing it for he does the same thing. If we ignore him, he will
Hmm.
go away. I promise you. But he
Hmm.
knows that black media is going to pick it up. And so when you have an audience, you see what I'm
All
saying?
media is gonna pick it up, truthfully.
I feel like he wants the black media. The black media eats it up. If just the white side just entertained it, nobody wouldn't even he wouldn't do it. But if it's the people that he really wants the attention from, mm-mm. That's just how I feel on that one. So I've given him enough attention over here. I'm about to cut his water off because I really don't care. If I ever met him, I'll want to like smack him in the face. Like I can't stand him anyway. But
Oh my
that's enough for
gosh.
him. Um
Hmm.
Now we didn't think that Ashanti was going to say anything about Irv, and I'm glad that she did say something and she kept it, respectful and classy. She's always been very classy. So shout out to Ashanti for that. Now
Team
Wag,
Libra.
I knew you was gonna say that Libras. Hey Libras. Now
Yeah.
Wags to Riches. I can't believe that girl was Sherelle. Sherelle is only 37. I thought she was in her 40s. And then she had the nerve to talk about Rick Ross' baby mother being in her 40s. That was crazy.
Hmm.
Are you watching
I
that
can
show?
see. I don't watch it,
Yeah,
but
me
I'm going to
neither.
say this. We we really got to stop throwing age around. The objective here on Earth is to grow older.
It is. What's wrong with that? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's like stop trying to cut people down about age. Like this is
Right. Who
ridiculous.
wants to yeah, the goal is to get older and become better. Now
Hmm.
how you're aging is important though. I don't want to age bad. I'm gonna keep it
Yeah,
real with you. I want to age gracefully. Sister, don't play
agreed.
me.
Agreed.
Yeah, I ain't about to be out here aging like spoiled milk. Now,
Yeah.
shout out to Solange. She popped out with a natural body pic. I was like, yes, Solange. I love Solange. She stays
It's a
in her
vibe.
little world and then she do her pop outs and be like, what's good?
Yeah, she's a vibe.
Yeah, she definitely is. Now Jay-Z got this case dismissed, sis.
No, I think what happened was he's letting go of the sanctions that he was trying to put against Tony Busby.
But I thought that Busby pulled back something. He did pull back something.
No,
Buzzard
from
did
the
pull back, remember?
mm-mm,
I thought Buzzard pulled back.
mm-mm.
Okay.
No, 'cause I did a Google search and I didn't see anyone
I
else
didn't see.
saying that
Exactly. I didn't
that the
see
case was
anything.
dismissed. And I
Right.
was like, I'm sorry, Jay would have said something.
Right. Somebody would have said
Mhm.
something, and then when I did the Google search, and I was like, "Well, what's going on?" And then I was gonna go over to Twitter, but I had got sidetracked. But we're gonna have to look back into that. What I wanted you to do is give us a Liris motivates. Give us some motivational words. Everyone, we're going to keep you up to date on that Jay-Z case because he really needs to be removed from it. I don't even know how he got involved, but that's the one where they're alleging that he essayed the 13-year-old at the MTV Awards in in the 2000s, which is like
Mhm.
foolish. We're going to follow up on that. So, but Liris, can you give us some
Yeah, I think
motivation?
that case is faulty. They need to go ahead and just let that really like just drop that case.
It is.
Because that interview she did, I think it was with MSNBC or somebody. She didn't even have her facts straight, and she told a bunch of lies. Which when they checked it against other stuff, they were like, no, that person wasn't even in the country during that time, and
Benji. And
your
she was like,
dad
Benji
doesn't
Madden.
remember picking. Yeah, your dad doesn't remember driving 5 hours to pick up his daughter.
Right. That was foolish.
Yeah. Mm-mm. No, a dad will remember.
Facts. All right.
Hmm.
Do you got anything for us to get some uplifting?
Yeah, I just want us, although we know this is a different term that we're living in, it's a new term and it has definitely different energy. I want us to remember that we've also been under some good presidents and some bad presidents, and we have still survived. I would say take social media breaks however you need, do the self-care that you need, whether that's mentally, emotionally, physically. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. And then also speak to people in your community and see how we can really band together to make this world a better place and to combat some of the things that we're seeing in the press that this president is bringing on. We're stronger together. We're so much stronger together. But I just want us all to remember we made it through before, we're going to make it through again. I know it's different. I know it's a different term, but we're still going to make it through again. And I think, if anything, it could possibly bring us as Black people even more together.
Yeah, I agree. If we survived before his first time around, we can survive again. So I would definitely encourage you all to take those tips that Lyra suggested and keep your head on a swivel, keep your head high, and if you pray, whatever your faith is, increase that and
Mhm.
don't have any fear. Because if you're going to pray, why worry? Period.
Yeah.
All right.
And also make sure that you're paying attention for this next election that we have, because people go and vote for the president, but it's like we also, we need to pay a lot of attention to the Senate and the Congress.
Facts. Yeah, we do. Well, that is a wrap, ladies and gents. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you got caught up on different topics. I think we touched on a lot of stuff. Lyris, as always, it's a pleasure. I love chatting with you. I love Kiki
Thank
in the
you.
DMs because it be going down.
Yes, it does. It does.
It goes
Thanks for
down
having
in the
me again.
DM. Definitely,
Yeah, thanks
boo.
for having me again. I appreciate it.
You are welcome. Y'all be sure to follow me on Instagram at Dope Chick with Ambition. That is the podcast. And leave me a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. Lyris, what's your handle?
Make sure you're following me on Twitter and on Instagram. I'm more active on Instagram at Liris C, which is Lirisc. C is for my last name, Cross. So Lirisc. Also, look me up on YouTube. I plan to post more stuff this year on my YouTube. The username over there is LOAW model. LOAW model. So it's short for Life of a Working. So LOAW model. Check me out over there on YouTube, but stay abreast of me on Instagram, and let's find the needles in the haystack in 2025 and still make this a great year in spite of things.
I know that's right. All right. So, yes, also follow me on YouTube as well. That's Dope Chick with Ambition podcast. Thank you for that reminder, Lyris. And I will call you all next month to Kiki. Thank you for tuning in to Dope Chick with Ambition podcast. Mwah.